You know, Uncle Tom's justify themselves, and they do a good job of doing it. Let me tell you how a person, if you confronting Uncle Tom on YouTube, a person who supports, and we all know what that is, somebody who support the Caucasian people and have a Caucasian mindset. Here's the words that they will use to manipulate you into giving them a good, valid reason to justify what they do. They'll say things like, you can't run the McDonald's and tell the people at McDonald's is to serve Kentucky Fried Chicken when they only serve beef burgers and French fries and fast food. You can't go there and tell them it's to serve something that's not their. They'll say something like that's their professional. Whatever their profession is or their position is, you going and you trying to go and argue with a person who's not schooled in that field and trying to force them is to talk about, I mean, to talk about politics when they only do hamburgers here. Now, you got people that will justify their sayings, and when it come down to having the mindset that the Caucasian people want you to have, they'll turn around and they use those techniques on you to actually justify in what they're doing. But it doesn't justify what they're doing. They just use those words to try um, to validate or uplift what they trying their agenda and what they trying to push on you is what the way that they're doing it or what they're doing is right, and you can't tell them anything. You see what I'm saying? All right, they'll use me for example, just like I can't tell you to speak the way that I speak, which has nothing to do with people not caring about you. If you got a person who don't care nothing about you, you can't, and he likes doing this here, or he like doing something else, or he likes to eat fruit, and then you trying to push meat on them, then you're obviously telling them you got to go and look for you somebody that eat vegetables like you. You can't expect for somebody who is on a whole nother level or not in the field or the same field that you're in. This is how you got these Uncle Toms out there that will try to justify their dumbass behavior and actually, like, they'll try to say you trying to force them or make them think in a way where it's nowhere near their personality. You see what I'm saying? But that's the great manipulation. That's the great deception that the enemy uses. No matter how good he sounds, that doesn't make him right. Even if we are persuaded to believe it or to follow it, then you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it correct. Like they had this person, I was listening. I'm gonna go back and finish looking at it and listening to it. But the brother was saying that he's 100% on the Caucasian's mind. You know, like he's in support of him is what I'm trying to say. And he was saying, well, why you gonna go and get politics to talk about religion? Or they'll say something like that. Just like they talk about what they talk about. I don't talk about this. I talk about this. This is my field. I chose my field in which I like. Okay, that's true. But that doesn't make it right. Just like the enemy has a field, and I can sit up here, a person can sit on their camera and say, I love the enemy. I love the enemy. I love this and that and the third. You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean we're living right. You see what I'm saying? Of course, we can give people a choice, but just because we see somebody doing something different from what the way that they're doing it, that doesn't make them right neither. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make them right. So I guess I'm gonna get up out of here because I guess I'm falling asleep. But to destroy that ignorant logic, one is gonna be right and the other one is gonna be wrong. So to sit up and you know what I mean, to try to justify and throw that in to try to say you can it's okay to love the Caucasian man and all of that. If you're using that analogy is to bring all that to prove that we supposed to love and care for our enemies or whatever, then you is totally out of you out of step with reality. So I'm gonna see y'all later on this note, and we're gonna talk a little bit later.